Like, people that survived COVID, like, that had a business and a business with your spouse and you're still married, you still love each other. You know, like, all the challenges that we've gone through in the last 3 years, because we've celebrated our 3 years with having Legends.
Yep.
You know, and still working our regular jobs and all the stress that comes with that, like, that's the MVP award. Awesome.
Hey guys, and welcome to another episode of Legends Boxing Podcast. I'm really excited to have two of some of the sweetest people I've ever had the opportunity to hang out with. And this was a few years ago, my very first trip to Wilmington, North Carolina, which this is Brian and Stacy Stewart. They are the owners of the Wilmington, North Carolina Legends Boxing. Welcome, guys.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Nice to be here.
Are you happy to be here?
Yes, I'm very happy to be here.
You look very happy to be here.
Yeah.
What brings you guys to Utah today?
Well, we're here for the fight night. Our head coach, Tim, is doing his first fight ever and first fight out of a Wilmington gym, and we're here to support him.
Yeah, super proud of him.
Yeah.
Super proud.
That is awesome. So I know it's been a little bit of a transition. So how long has Tim been your guys' head coach?
He came with us.
1st of October.
Yeah, 1st of October last
22.
year.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay. So we're coming up on a year here. So about 7 months or so he's been coaching. How's that been going?
Good.
Yeah, he's been awesome.
Yeah. Awesome asset to us.
It's his passion, and you can tell he coaches like it's his passion, and I think it translates into class, and we have more participation and more. Our classes are fuller than they've ever been. People just love him, and you can see it. He loves Legends. He loves boxing, so it shows.
That's awesome. So let's go back in time a little bit. I want to go back in time. First of all, how long have you guys been married?
Oh, I'll let him
Do you know
answer
the answer to
this.
that? We're about to hit 15 years in
15
June.
years.
Yes.
Wow.
15 years.
Congratulations.
She deserves a Medal of Honor or something. There's got to be something
Oh,
to put up with me. But yeah, 15 years. Yep.
Where'd you guys meet?
Greenville.
Yeah, Greenville, North Carolina. Mutual friends. Just happenstance. One of my best friends' sister was moving, and he's like, "Hey, you want to come hang out?" I was single at the time. He's like, hey, "She has pretty friends," and I'm like, "I'm down. Let's do it." And the rest is
Let's
history.
do it.
I met the best thing that's ever happened to me. So
That's
I tell him
awesome.
he was my best change of plans.
yeah.
'Cause I was going to be doing something different. I was like, I kind of like this guy. He's
Yeah.
kind of cute.
You mean life was going to be going someplace different?
Life, all the things.
All of the things.
All the things.
Wow.
Yes.
So
I
Best
ended
thing that
up-
ever happened to me.
I
for
ended
sure.
up in New Bern, North Carolina.
Yeah, the big
so-
city of New Bern. Yep. Greenville's where East Carolina University. It's another college town. ECU's there, and New Bern's a small retiree town. Very pretty, but it's a lot smaller. Not Greenville. So it was a change of pace for her leaving that and coming to a quiet little town on the beach in North Carolina. It was nice.
I bet. But 15 years later,
I love it.
It's awesome. I think we're closer now than we were 15 years ago. Like, it's been great. It really has.
that's really amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We definitely balance each other out. My weaknesses are her strengths and vice versa, so it works really well.
Okay. Well, give the listeners some advice to help with theirs. How do you make that happen? How do you take 15 years and make it stronger?
Communication.
Honesty. Just
And honesty.
always tell how you feel, even if it's uncomfortable. Because it's when you hide stuff or you're not upfront is when things get off the rails, in my opinion. So we're bluntly honest. Sometimes I'm too honest with a lot of people, but I say what I think, and I don't hide it, and she does the same, and we know it comes from a good place, and we're just open about how we feel.
Would you agree?
I do. I agree to that.
That's awesome.
For sure.
That's awesome. Well, congratulations, you guys.
Yeah.
That's really awesome. Let's talk about your Legends journey. When was the first time that you were introduced to Legends boxing?
Well, when we met Rob,
That was
Rob and Kelly,
2018 in San Diego for New Year's. We met them. Yep.
and we did not know anything about Legends at that time.
We just
but we
connected
started
with
to
him.
learn more
Yeah.
about it. And then we had just really kind of navigated we wanted a gym. We knew we wanted to open a fitness facility together. boxing was it just hit a chord for me, you
And-
know, and then
yeah.
just seeing that gym and going through all the different fitness fads, I thought, man, this is something that I could really grow to love, gain a skill, you know, and the culture of Legends. We just started to dig a little bit deeper, peel back some of the layers, chat with Rob, and that's kind of how it came to be.
We always dreamed of doing something in the fitness realm. We've always loved working out and sports, and this is like a great combination of the two. And neither one of us had any boxing experience, but that's one thing Legends showed us is that you don't have to be scared. Just commit, and it's not as intimidating as we thought it was going to be, and how much it helps people, not just learning how to box, but just in life is really cool. And then we saw what they do with Parkinson's and the Rock Steady, and we were sold. We were like, it's not just an exercise; it's a community that gives back and helps each other, and we like that.
That's so cool. And so, like, you guys are listening, this is great because it's not only happening inside the gym, it's happening to sell the gyms too, right? We're using the same community, that same exact feel, that same non-intimidating environment that we're providing even to the owners that are coming in and buying. So, so yeah, it trickles, the core values, they spread everywhere at Legends. So that's really good. So when did you guys open? I was there. I remember coming out and helping out and installing things on the walls and going to this and stuff. So when was that?
January 6th of 2020.
2020.
Yes. And yes, you were there with us,
The future
holding our
was
hands.
so bright. We were so excited.
So naive. We didn't know what the future held for us. And 2020 was a memorable year for more than one reason.
Yes, it was. Yes, it was. And I seem to remember that COVID thing kind of hit you guys pretty hard. You were shut down for a pretty extensive period of time, right?
24 weeks,
Something
26 weeks.
Something like that.
We were only open for about 8 weeks before we had to determine, all right, do we close? We don't want to be the last gym that like gives everybody COVID. You know, that was like the stress of like, okay, we've got this great thing happening, but now we've got to
just
close.
Getting momentum and all that. We had just had our grand opening the week before we closed.
Yeah, so we were just like, it was so exciting.
It couldn't have happened at a worse time,
but we were just navigating we didn't know. No one knew.
Yeah.
No one knew.
So we had to shut down because it was the right thing to do, and we'd have done it. We'd do it again. I mean, you had to. The prolonged length of being shut down was really and even when we opened up, things weren't normal. Yeah. I mean, they're just now becoming normal, in my opinion.
Yeah,
in the
for
fitness,
us.
Yes.
For sure.
Where people aren't still concerned about leaving the house. And because even when, we were able to open, there was a lot of people that didn't want to be outside with other people, and it was tough. It was real tough. Yeah, It's hard.
Yeah, I agree with you. I think that to a degree, there's still some of that kind of hovering over a lot of people.
Yeah.
And, that's why there's a lot less people working inside the work environment. They're still working from home. Jobs themselves are still, really putting it out there that the availability to work remotely and all of those types of things. And so, I think that, like they said in the beginning of it all, the new normal, right? I mean, we're still experiencing the new normal.
Yeah.
Like there are a lot of people that are coming out of that shell and they're breaking back into their new normal reality. But society in itself, I think that just as, like us as franchisees now, we have to kind of look at that. As corporate, we have to look at that. We have to look at how do we also mold with that kind of time? How do we also accommodate that environment? How do we make that an available environment for everyone, right? Because that's what we do best. We make boxing an environment for everyone. So where do we go from here? How do we still capture those people and get them to come out and to be a part of at least if there's one community that they can be a part of, it can be the Legends community, knowing that we're still providing a safe environment for them. So, again, we're moving towards that. We're always trying to push that needle, always trying to find that best answer for that. But I mean, you guys are right. You hit it. And everywhere you go, we're in Utah right now, but it's a completely different demographic in North Carolina. The mentality, the people, the lifestyle, the choices, all
language,
of that stuff.
we talk differently. I was wondering if you would need an interpreter for us when we're in here.
Not me, no. I mean, I'm from California, I listen to so many accents, it's not even funny. But, people from Utah, now they have their own accent too. They, mountain. They don't get the T in the mountain. So,
we all have our quirks.
We got it.
For sure.
Yeah.
Ours are just more exaggerated, I think. And
I think people are going to love your accents. Most people
you either love them or you hate them.
Yeah.
They normally love hers and hate mine. That's normally how it works.
Oh, God.
Oh, come on.
Because
I'm
she's
so
the pretty
strong.
face and she's the Southern belle. And everybody loves it. But it's funny. Rob still gives us crap about that. But
Well, I think they're adorable.
Yeah, well, thank
I
you.
remember the barbecue place that you guys took me to right
yes.
afterwards, experiencing North Carolina barbecue.
Carolina
The
barbecue.
best there is.
Yeah. Well, it was good. It was good. I don't know that it was the best.
Yeah, we're a little, we think it's the best. But
Yes, we do.
we love Texas barbecue, Kansas City. It's all good. I love barbecue. So it's just a different spin.
It's hard to not love barbecue.
Right.
Where's Michael Jordan from? Isn't he from?
Wilmington.
Oh, that's what I
little town
thought.
called Wilmington.
Yes.
Yes.
That's what I
Born and
thought.
raised, yes. I don't know. Have you seen the new movie just come out, Air?
I was going to watch it, and then I fell asleep.
We watched it last night.
Is it good?
It
Yeah,
was
it's really good.
good.
It's
It
really
was
good. Yeah. It's
Yeah.
A lot of great actors. Matt Damon, Ben Affleck.
Affleck.
Yeah. So it's really
Jason
good.
Bateman.
Yeah, Jason Bateman. It's really good. They talk about Wilmington a lot in the movie. So,
Okay. See, now that's what I thought. I just didn't want to get it wrong.
Yeah.
Yes.
So I knew 2 local North Carolinians would know where
Yeah.
Jordan
That-
came from. Carolina
Someone
Blue.
asked him the other day, they were like, what's North Carolina known for? And he's like, well, we're the birthplace of Pepsi,
our hometown is
Our
where Pepsi was
hometown.
created. Yes.
Michael
Our barbecue
Jordan.
and Michael
barbecue.
Jordan. Yes. That's probably the 3 things we're most.
There was a guy here
Oh,
from
we
Utah.
are first in flight. We were the first
And
ones to
first in
fly.
flight.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Orville.
Is that
and
where the
Wilbur
Wright,
Wright.
really the
Yes.
Wright brothers were
Yes.
from Wilmington?
No, they were
too?
from Ohio,
No.
but they came to North Carolina to our Outer Banks where there was sand dunes and wind, plenty of wind to help them. So the first flight was actually in North Carolina.
Not
Wow.
in Wilmington,
No,
but
the Outer Banks of North Carolina. Yeah.
Well, look
We
at
got a
this,
lot of
guys.
good
Look at
stuff.
all the
Still
stuff you're
teaching you
learning.
stuff, right?
Look at
Learn
this
something every
history.
day.
Yeah, absolutely. Man, I didn't know I had
What
enough
else do you
brain
wanna know?
cells
We're proud
left
of our
to
state.
retain
We're
any
proud
of
our
this.
state.
what else do you want to know about North Carolina?
Well, I loved it. Like, again, I am traveling illiterate. I don't travel a lot, but when I do get the opportunity, I love to enjoy and see the new places. So when I went up there to come visit you guys for your Founders Club classes and that kinds of stuff, I made sure I stayed near the beach, like right next to the beach, which, I'm looking on a Google map and I'm like, oh, it's only like 5 miles down the road, but 25, 30-minute drive
yes.
later.
Yeah.
Okay, maybe I chose the wrong hotel for where the location's at.
Yeah.
But it was an amazing experience. It was so awesome
It's a
to be a
beautiful
part
place.
of,
It is.
be next to all of the ocean. Like when Brandon, your former head coach, the guy I trained, Brandon Bertovich, he took me to this place right on the beach. Like it was overseeing the ocean. It was right on the coast. We had lunch.
Probably
It was
Wrightsville Beach is probably where you were.
Maybe I wish I could remember the name of the place because it was so amazing. And the fish we were eating was caught that morning.
yeah. That's the
And
good
like,
stuff.
you're just like, ugh, how
That's
can
the only
you
way to
beat
eat
that?
seafood. That's the only way to eat it.
That is.
It's fresh like that. It's so much better.
That's what we know.
Yeah.
Well,
we get a
so
little
don't
So we
beach
don't eat
about our-
food here.
No.
We're not doing that.
Yeah, when people are like, "You want to eat sushi?" or something, nah, I'm good.
Not in a landlocked state. I don't want to have seafood because I know it's not fresh. But yeah, Wilmington's beautiful. Wrightsville Beach. We live actually a little north of that, but the whole coastline is called the Outer Banks. There's actually a show on Netflix about it called Outer Banks. It's been real popular. But yeah, it's a beautiful chain of islands right off the coast. And we also have an island that has wild horses that literally run free.
Wow.
It's pretty cool from a Spanish shipwreck from 1820 or something like that. And
Wow.
the horses swam to shore, and those offspring are still there today.
Yeah.
That is
There's
amazing.
Like 24 of them, I think.
Spanish. Yeah.
That is so cool.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I'm loving this. This is such a history lesson.
I'm a history buff, so
I can tell.
went from boxing
Drop
to
it
history. Yeah.
Yeah, no, this is awesome. Well, let's talk a little bit about realities now. So now we have a new coach. I know it's just not your full-time job doing Legends.
That's
what do
right.
you do full-time?
Well, I'm in my family business, third generation. My family's originally from Illinois, and my grandfather moved to New Bern, North Carolina in the 50s, early 50s, and started a little business. We have a lot of Marine bases, military bases, have an Army base close by. So he would go and buy Army equipment or Marine equipment for pennies on the dollar, take it back, either part it out or fix it and resell it. And that's what our business was until like the 1970s, when my dad and uncle noticed that there was a demand for rental equipment because we were starting to grow the area, and it kind of transferred to rental equipment from military equipment. And now we're strictly 100% rent, and we sell tools and supplies to contractors. But yeah, me and my cousin, third generation running it, we're really proud, and it's doing well. Yeah, we love it. I love my job. I do love it.
That's nice.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
What main thing do you do as far as like day-to-day job?
I answer phones. I make sure our mechanics and our salesmen are doing what they need to be doing, just kind of overseeing.
So management and overseeing
yeah,
stuff.
yeah.
Okay. What kind of, just any kind of equipment, or
Like
is it heavy duty construction equipment?
Forklifts, excavators, backhoes, stuff like that.
Okay.
Yeah, the big
Right.
stuff, the cool stuff.
Very cool.
Yeah.
Stacy, what are you doing?
I am a project manager for a software company. So the software that we install in like the doctor's offices. So when you go see the doctor, the check-in process, the note taking, all of that. I go in, set up the databases for those clinics based off of how they, whatever specialty they have. And then I work and train their staff and make sure that they're getting paid and the financial piece of it. And so I love what I
She's
do.
awesome at her job too. She's won like best. What was the award you just won? MVP.
MVP.
For
Got the
two out of the last
MVP.
3 years, she's won that. So she's amazing at what she does. She really
That's really good.
Thanks. Yeah, I do love it. I came out of healthcare administration,
Okay.
managing all those things, and then I just kind of thought, well, what is it that I really enjoyed? What aspects of, kind of my career journey and training and making sure that the people that run these practices have the tools that they need and they're successful. So I get to do all those things, but I don't have to be in the clinics anymore. So just when
really
I go
good.
there, I can go and give them the things they need, and then they can call me when they need more things,
That's great.
It's nice.
So how has that been being a franchisee also of a Legends Boxing Gym?
It's got its challenges
Yes.
for sure.
Working-
Especially like the early, the startup days, and going through COVID and trying to deal with all the obstacles that we've had, and then still, being dedicated to our full-time jobs that are typically not 40-hour-a-week jobs. So yeah, it's got its challenges. But a lot of dinner time talk is the Legends game planning, right? So,
Yeah, we don't get to shut work off very often.
yeah.
Between the gym and our regular jobs, it's always something. But it's good. We enjoy it. It's something we love. So if
It kind of comes with the territory, right? Like
Yeah.
the business.
Do you guys
side
feel
of
that
it.
it's helped you grow and strengthen? And
Oh, gosh,
it's
yeah.
definitely
I swear, I tell people all the time, I'm like, well, let's back up here. Like, people that survived COVID, like, that had a business and a business with your spouse, and you're still married, you still love
still
each
talk
other.
to each other. Yeah.
Like, all the challenges that we've gone through in the last 3 years, because we've celebrated our 3 years with having Legends,
Yep.
and still working our regular jobs and all the stress that comes with that, like that's the MVP award,
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Like,
We can make
'cause
it through
it's-
that. We can make it through anything.
That's
at that
true.
point. But yeah, it's definitely, I think it's, obviously I manage people at my job, but it's a different dynamic than the gym. And it's definitely made me a better, I think, owner.
For sure.
Definitely opened my eyes to, different issues in gyms where with my business, it's pretty cut and dry. And I was raised in it. I'm used to that. That's easy
Yeah.
for me.
Right.
So yeah, it's been a learning process. Like we opened a gym, but not only were our employees learning, we were learning as also. I mean, we had
Yeah.
never done it either. So yeah, I mean, we were learning on the go, and I think we're better.
Yeah.
I think we're better owners today than we were 3 years ago.
Oh gosh, yeah. A lot of lessons
Yeah.
and a ton of blessings too.
Yeah.
You know,
We've got some
I mean,
great people that's helped us.
We've gone through a lot. We've had good support. You know, we're still here. You know, I mean, 30% of gyms didn't make it through COVID, and then you add first Legends on the East Coast. We had to
yeah.
have our voices really loud to that brand awareness, and people know who we were. And you know, it's just there. Everything that you could kind of think of, you're never really prepared, and then you add some crazy, you know, COVID scenario that no one knew what to do with. Fast forward, we're still 3 years later. Our culture at our gym is amazing. Our people, you know, we've got a great coach that really loves our tribe and is an extension of, you know, what we really truly want and believe in with Legends. And it's, you know, you look back on it and you're like, man, this, you know, you learn a lot of things.
Yeah,
but
absolutely.
we're just getting started.
Yeah.
That's the greatest
You know?
attitude right there.
Yeah.
I love
Yeah.
It's
that.
going to take more than that to defeat us for sure.
Yeah. I'm like, we're going.
We're good.
So,
And that's one thing that's never, through all of it, we've always, through all of our employees and Tim now, we've always kept, I think, a great culture. If you keep a great culture in the gym, people will be in your corner to help you more, I believe. I think they
Yeah.
feel that we care about them and they're our family. And so they return the favor by helping us. And
and it was
means a
important to
lot,
us.
yeah.
Like, that was one of the things about Legends is, I mean, I talk to everybody, right? Like, it's easy for me to know what your name is because I'm going to ask you if you don't approach me, right? But they're so, like, I've gone to gyms and they've never knew my name. They didn't know anything about me. I'm just a
Didn't act like they
number,
cared
you
either.
know?
Yeah.
And that's not what I wanted. I knew that when we opened a gym, I wanted it to be way more personable. I want to know about you. I want to peel back those layers and know that, oh, you're not just coming to work out. Like, you've got a story. And that was what was important to us. And even though we're not at that gym every day, we try to go above and beyond to make those connections with those individuals. You know, we try to do things after hours with our tribe. You know, we do a Legends late night. We try to do that so that we can meet those people too that maybe we don't get to see at the 5:30 a.m. class
Right.
unless I coach a class, you know. So that was just important to us. And I think those relationships through all of these challenges from the beginning has really, you know, been the glue that's kind of helped us keep going because, you know, when times get tough and you listen to someone else's testimony, you're just like, man, you know, we got it. It's been hard, but this guy just lost like 70 pounds and he's got a whole new outlook on life right now. Like,
it reminds you why we did it, you know.
that's
It
the
reminds you
cool
why.
stuff. Like, that's the, okay, yeah, this, you know, there's been some tears shed, some blood, sweat, but when you hear those kinds of stories or people that tell you, like, Legends has changed my life. Like, I was in a deep, dark place, and now I got all these friends. And those layers that you start to peel back from people, those stories, it's like all this other stuff. Like,
Pretty insignificant.
yeah.
Yep.
Because I feel like we're so fortunate despite all life's challenges. So it's just nice to have a place that we can share that with other people.
Love that.
Yeah.
Thank you guys so much for sharing. Before I start crying with
I
all
know,
the-
like, where's my clinic?
Yeah, this is it's been amazing, guys. You heard it right from them, Stacy and Brian Stewart, all the way from Wilmington, North Carolina. Thank you guys so much for listening. I just want to give a big shout out to all of those that have been listening to our podcast and feeling the emotions and the passion that drives from each and every person that sits in this room. And Legends is really that place that you can become a part of and not just be a nameless, faceless person that shows up at the end of the workout facility every single day. So get yourself to the gym, guys. Come try a free class. We'll see you.
Yes.